one of many. Raiko is going to take on this Patra. And speaking of boomerangs, the wooden boomerang found as one of the items in level 8.
All we can hope is he picked it up.
He did not, but we found a bomb upgrade here in level 1, the standard 100 rupees. Bomb upgrades is something that is randomized, so it could be anywhere from 2 to 6 for that 100 rupees. Truant does not have the money to make that play. Raiko is going to kill this Patra. Pretty well done. Just gets a key, unfortunately. But also, Raiko has 6 keys, whereas Truant has 0, and that's cutting him off from the head of the eagle. So if the floor drop item is in here, that could be something that Raiko could pick up. He's going to be pulling out his bombs to try and get through these dark nuts on half a heart. And Truant doing the same, trying to kill these dark nuts with his bombs.
I'm looking at our maps right now. I do believe this is level 8 that Sis is in.
We can confirm level 8 because it had 4 rooms on the bottom. Also, we have found what the item is on the floor in level 1 is the recorder. So, Truant picking up his second Triforce. He's done with this dungeon. Raiko finding a heart container, bringing him up to 5, and also getting off half a heart, which may have been more important.
And unfortunately, there is a room full pulse voice, but it's not a drop room.
Nope, it's just the NSU room with a key in it, so Raiko is going to have to go elsewhere if he wants to find this item. He's not going to be the happiest when he sees this recorder, but it is one of those items that you're rarely sad to find. But Truant's sad to find you need a full 6 hearts to get this white sword. Sis Crusher very methodically going through level 8, trying to find the other item here and the Triforce. Raiko's going to pick up his red candle. Very thankfully for Sis Crusher, the level 8 appears to have rolled the easy Gorilla set with the Gorillas, the Stalfos, and the Wall Masters. And Truant's found the other hint shop in the desert shop. Raiko taking an unfortunate bop. How long is he going to continue banging his head against level 1 for an item that's admittedly probably not required?
Oh, we can't. It's nearly not required, but there could be something at Recorder Lake, and there could be a Dig Dogger block.
We have seen a number of Dig Doggers here in level 8 on Sis Crusher's side at the very least, so that is possible. But I believe the room Raiko's in is the room that he needs to be in. This is the room that'll drop his recorder. And with the red candle, he'll have a little issue with the Gibdos, and he just has to dodge these bubbles in order to kill the Dark Nuts. Gets a bomb drop, that's helpful. Raiko does have to be a little bit careful on just 2 hearts. I believe a single hit from the blue Dark Nuts will do him in, but he's done a pretty good job so far. Now he's just got this 1 Gibdo left. He can just stun it with the... stun it with there. He's got his recorder, and he's out of level 1.
Sam, I would have been out about 4 minutes ago.
I would have probably taken another 15, to be honest. Sis Crusher's found the other item in 8, finally. Is it worth his time? No, it's the book. The Penta Triforce Tournament, the book is required to understand the old men. This is not the Penta... We are ignoring that.
And with Quest 1, the book is just going to give the wand a little bit of fire.
Yes, it's definitely seen by many as a downgrade. The fire can hurt you, use up your one sword combo in many cases. It's just really not that useful most of the time.
And actually, I don't believe it does as much damage as the wand by itself does.
I mean, the wand will still do 2 damage, but the fire will only do 1 damage lingering. So if you hit something with the wand and then the fire, it'll do a total of 3. Raiko finally getting a big secret, but he's about to get a big disappointment when he finds that he's going to find this white sword and be short on hearts to pick it up.
I'm sorry, my friend, you need 1 more.
And Truant is going to explore this last, this other raft spot and just finds a medicine cave. And Raiko is going to top out his wallet. A little bit unfortunate because he's going to leave about 40 or so of those rupees on the ground. But he is going to head into level 3, which he shouldn't have too much trouble with, as Truant is going back into, I believe this was 4? This is the level we think is 4. Oh, no, this is the one this is 6.
I'm not sure.
Meanwhile, we have Sis Crusher exploring out Death Mountain.
If there's one thing that's messing with me with this, it's the shuffled entrance rooms.
Yeah, that is a bit of it can be a bit of a pain to figure out. So Raiko getting immediately bopped out as Sis Crusher does find a level here in Death Mountain.
Judging from the floor pattern at the bottom, though, this is 6 that Truant is in.
Yeah, it's marked as 6 on our tracker at any rate. Doing a good job manipulating some of these enemies with not the best of equipment for the Dark Pole's voice set. Sis Crusher going up against a Aquamenus and finds himself in a river room.
If only we could find the ladder.
I mean, it could be in this dungeon. We haven't seen it yet.
Well, we know that the ladder has to help them get to the power bracelet, so
we could have a combination lock seed that way. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, no, I think we've got all the levels accounted for, though. I believe we've got 4 in the northeast. We've got we've got all the levels accounted for. So it's going to be interesting. Where is Raiko headed with his 255 rupees? This may be a blue ring play. No, he's just gonna get bombs. Yeah, 26 rupees for a blue potion, 61 for a red. Raiko, it looks like he is going to be bombing out Death Mountain.
Raiko's a very strong player. He might not feel like he needs the blue ring.
Knowing him, he really does like it. Raiko may be a strong player, but by his own admission, his strength lies more in his ability to route properly, rather than combat. He is going to buy the wood arrows with his huge stock of money is going to provide some good damage. He's also going to pick up the bait just so that doesn't give him grief later on. He's basically sworn off the blue ring at this point, which isn't a bad thing if he thinks he is behind. He's not as behind as he thinks he is, but he is a bit behind. But a great call because he immediately finds the 3rd and final big secret, so he's able to cash that all in. Maybe he will go for a blue ring.
All he needs is another 18 rupees.
And Sis Crusher finding the immediate Triforce in level 1. Whereas Truant is, I believe, in level 2. Yes, now we can confirm he is in level 2. So Raiko is very quickly coming across the the unmarked level that we had Sis Crusher in. Maybe we'll get a better look at what level that could be. But
I believe.
ooh, Truant getting crossed by Wizro beams.
I believe we said that this one that Sis Crusher in was 1.
Yeah, the one he's in right now is level 1. And Gino saying that the level in the northwest is most likely level 4. That sounds about right. Raiko going to machine gun these Lionels down. And with this strat, he's pretty much sworn off the blue ring.
That door repair does not help.
No, it does not. But he is going to quickly come across this level as Truant's found the Triforce, but like Raiko, he's going to keep digging to try and find this item.
Looking at the immediate layout of this level, I believe it is 4.
Yeah,
2 on
Gino's
bottom and going up.
Yep. 2 on bottom, 2 on the side. Yeah, that's pretty clearly level 4. That's pretty clearly a ladder block.
And this is what stopped Sis Crusher from exploring earlier.
Yep, so Raiko going to check out this one last cave. A little disappointed he didn't do the wrong warp, but I can see why he decided not to. Truant is going to test his luck in this Landmo room.
Unfortunately, the more segments you take out, the faster they seem to go.
But Sis Crusher buying the bomb upgrade in level 1 is very much rewarded. It's a full 6 bomb upgrade for the standard 100 rupees, a great deal. And more than that, he was out of bombs, so that was 14 bombs for 100 rupees. Really good value.
I wish I had that much value.
Don't sell yourself short, Rai Rai. But Truant is hoping this Landmo room has an item. It's not the item he wants. Raiko's back in 3. And he's going to be machine gunning these gorillas down as well. It looks like Truant may have had enough of this level 2. He's just going to take the Triforce and get.
Actually, he's getting pushed around, but looking at the map, I believe he's going to go
There is
left.
a room. There is a room he hasn't checked. He is going to grab this Triforce first.
Grab it so you don't have to worry.
Raiko getting a heart container in the shoot room, that gets him to 6, and he knows that that'll get in his white sword. I expect him to make a beeline for it after this, as Truant is going to redig for that one room that he was not able to get into previously. Unfortunately, it looks like the only way is going to be through that Landmo room, but on 5 hearts blue ring should be a bit more tolerable.
And he's pushed through, used the key, and there's light
lights. Oh, this could have the item.
Stop any room, second half after this.
No,
and
it's
there
a
it is.
magic boomerang. All that for nothing.
Come on, Truant, go back there and grab
raft. He passed up. No, it was Sis Crusher that passed up on the wood boomerang. So we're still looking for silver arrows. We're still looking for a lot of things, actually. As it looks like Truant's heading into level 6. Raikou with his Triforce in 3, starting to make a bit of a charge of his own. He'll probably go straight for the white sword since he knows where it is. And that path will also put him close to a level 2 where he knows where the Triforce is. He just was not able to, he just went for the item and decided to leave. With the extra offense, he may be more tempted to go and try that again, even though it is Wizzrobes. Sis Crusher finding his recorder in level 1, and that's both items, so he's out as well.
We always have to wonder if what's going through their heads is what's going through our heads. Where's the next item? Where is the red ring and silvers?
And these runners are good enough they don't need the red ring. I know they'll definitely want it. And very helpful compass location, just telling Truant that he just has to go up 2 rooms to get the item here, or get his Triforce. And the Triforce isn't ladder blocked. Let's see if he tries to go in to get the item. We are starting to run out of real estate. We also do need the ladder, because that's blocking us all the way out of level 4. So that's some consideration that hasn't been taken into account. And Raikou very quietly getting up to 7 hearts. Truant's going to get his white sword. He picked up a 6th heart in level 6, I believe.
Sis finding a money-making game on the coast.
And not going to take advantage of that. Certainly not just yet. I think, yeah, we found all the dungeons. So he's just looking for, really, information. You know, Raikou and Truant both on a really nasty screen here in Death Mountain. And we have some high-fiving as they both get into level 8. The book and the wooden boomerang are going to greet them here, so not exactly worthwhile. So we have 4, 5, 6, and 7 in terms of levels in items. And the items left in play are the silver arrows, the ladder, the red ring, the wand, the any key, and help me out, Rai. You always miss one. Which one am I missing?
Actually, I'm not sure which one we're missing either.
It'll come to us. In any case, Raikou and Truant going through level 8. Raikou getting a bit trolled by this last Dodongo. Does get through it eventually. And he is going to... Truant's going to take this transport staircase. Let's see if Raikou decides to do the same.
Transport staircase didn't lead him very far.
No, in fact, it's a troll staircase. That's the only... It's a 1 room, and Raikou's going to leave it. But finds an immediate ladder block. So, you're going to have to bomb around somewhere if you want to make your way through this level 8. Sis Crusher, meanwhile, going through the forest, trying to scout out the rest of Hyrule. But Truant has found his first item, the wooden boomerang, passes on it. 40 minutes into the seed, I can't say I blame you, as Sis Crusher is buying these other hints. Or at least buying one, just told him to pick up the Kanana phone. Truant's found his compass. It looks like he's going to be headed straight to that room. Shouldn't take him too much to get there, as Raiko's going to come across his boomerang.
All the disrespect for Lord Banana tonight.
Well, I mean, as late as these runners found it, it really does not have much worth for them. Memeing aside, definitely can understand why they were like, yeah, this isn't worth my time. But, and both of them, I assume, are going to give equal disrespect to the book. Old Man, with the very helpful, should have taken a left at Spectacle Rock. As, both our runners trying to figure out how to get through the rest of this. We know that you don't need ladder to get to the second item.
Raiko bombing around a ladder block.
And if you don't have ladders, sometimes that's what you gotta do. And it looks like Truant is in that same area. He may be doing much the same thing. Sis Crusher, meanwhile, picks up his Triforce out of 2. Is he going to try and redig? Yes, he is. This is time, it's going to end up being wasted. The only thing he'll get is the information that, the item in here was garbage.
It's quite possible that our mystery ladder could be in 5 or 7.
It could be in 5 or 7. I don't think we've seen an item in 6. Were we ladder blocked out of a 6?
We were... I believe we were ladder blocked out of 6.
Then it would have to be 5 or 7. And those are the 2 dungeons that we have unmarked on our tracker at the moment. Shouldn't take too long to figure out which is which, but still. Both of Truant and Raiko know where the Triforce is in level 8, but they're both looking for this second item, and are both going to be really disappointed when they find it.
Oh, Raiko, that is unfortunately not a bombable wall with where you're at.
Yeah, so he is going to continue exploring elsewhere.
I do believe here on the right is a bombable wall. No, it's not.
Level 8, unlike... I believe it's just the first 3 levels where every wall is bombable, with the exception of bombing into an old man room or a side staircase. Okay, Truant has found the spiral staircase in level 8 and is going to be, I'm sure, swearing up a storm when he sees this item. Raiko's found it too, and both of them are going to be very kicking themselves. They make a beeline towards their Triforces, which is going to be 5 for Truant and only the 3rd for Raiko. Worth knowing, Raiko knows exactly where the Triforce is in 2. It's just sitting on the ground for the taking, but he never went and got it. Meanwhile, Sis Crusher here in level 6. And I believe you are right, we probably were ladder blocked out of here. You can get the items ladder blocked. You can get the Triforce in.
Yeah, but given the familiar green palette, I believe there was a ladder block in here.
Yes, I believe you're right. Raiko, let's see what he does with his up A.
He's thinking, and
he's taking any road.
He seems to have forgotten which any road leads where.
That's not that much of a time loss. As Truant picks up his 3rd and final big secret. Looks like Raiko is heading in the direction of 2 and 6, and the other dungeon, which I believe is probably 7, but I'm not 100% sure. Well, he's in 6 right now. Truant's buying wood arrows with that 133 rupee windfall. Sis Crusher's got his 5th Triforce.
And I believe that our item is on the other side of that river.
I believe you're right. So the ladder has to be in either 5 or 7. Important items in 9 is not an option in this flag set. Meanwhile, Sis Crusher finding another dungeon and must have found a compass for this at some point. Is this the one directly south?
I believe it is.
And I am pretty sure that Long Maw makes this 7 by process of elimination, though don't quote me on it. Raiko's got his 9th heart container. He is going to find himself a staircase at least. Do we have an item in here? No, we don't. Just the transport. Ooh, Raiko getting bodied by some of these Gibdos here in level 6.
Never trust your mummy.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Truant is going to come across level 4 and immediately get ladder locked out of this. We have a reverse C that, right, that's probably where the transport staircase dumped Sis Crusher. And pretty sure we'll be able to confirm this is level 7. Which means that
looking at his current map and where he's at and where the Triforce is, this is 7.
And that confirms that level 5 is at vanilla level 5. Game, is there something you wanted to say? Ooh, Raiko picks up a nice clock, and he's just going to arrow the mummy. That's definitely an option available to him. He was at max rupees anyway.
He also couldn't get across to do that Gibdo with the river there.
I thought the Gibdo was close enough he could have stabbed it. I believe. But Raiko is going to take his Triforce and can we bomb across? Maybe not. He's just gonna take this Triforce and run.
Judging from his shape of 7, I would believe that he can bomb across here.
He should be able to, and he's immediately gonna redig it too. Meanwhile, Truant is going to buy some potions. He's going to save 9 rupees by getting 2 blues over a single red. Considering his money situation, definitely something to concern himself with. And oh, that is a nasty room to have the Triforce in. Blue Wiz robes, red Riz robes, and a shutter. So he is going to be looking to see if he can find an item that'll help.
I would hope for a rupee boss in about 3 different rooms so that I can go buy the magic shield.
Raiko does find a way he can bomb through around some of these ladder blocks in level 6. So ladder could be here, and if so, that's a huge advantage for him. Truant's hot on his tail, both of them redigging this level, seeing if they can't come across an item. Oh, no, sorry. Truant is also in level 7 with Sis Crusher.
Unfortunately, it's that green palette that throws everything off.
Yeah, 2 dungeons with the exact same palette is definitely awkward. But Raiko has very much found himself around that ladder block, at least that first one. And we have a step over the water, reach the power bracelet. Old man, that's old news.
Old news and a soggy baguette.
It's the coast item, so yeah. Raiko quickly realizing that he may be blocked out of this segment, so his only option is to kill this blue Goma to get back through the transport staircase. Lucky for him, he had bow and arrows.
Raiko's also almost back to max rupees.
Yeah.
And there it is.
Yeah. I mean, he could buy that blue ring if that's what he wants, but this late, he may just be saving it for bombs, potions, basically anything else. Okay, that's a moat room. It's not a Chevy room like he may have thought. So he's going to kill all these enemies, and he will be able to get through. Truant, unfortunately, getting bodied by all these Wizrobes. So Raiko, for the most part, able to get around the majority of these ladder blocks here in 6. I'm not really sure there's a dud item except for maybe the heart container. Yeah, the heart container, like the any key would probably be the worst other item he could find here. Rhea grumbles in the forest. That confirms that was level 7.
The any key could be the worst item to find here. However, with the amount of doors in 9 that could be locked, it could be a good play.
It's the worst. Yeah, it'd be the worst time he could find, and it's still really good. I mean, it's entirely possible that like the heart container is by far the worst item he could find. The ladder, the silver arrows, the red ring are all going to be amazing. The wand's going to be fine. The any key is fine. As Sis Crusher may have found the item here in level 7. Guarded by a Patra, trying to block clip through and Patra not having any of it. Oh, Raiko finding another Goma that's blocking a 2-block as the ladder's in level 7.
We finally found our ladder. We can finally get across some blocks and grab our soggy croissant.
Croissant's not needed. Raiko kills that blue Goma for nothing, finds another Goma room. Where's left on his map? Not much. Also, Truant's found this Triforce in level 7. And I believe Sis Crusher is getting really close to where it is.
That he is. And Truant is not re-dipping for the ladder.
No, he is not. He is going to have to go back there at some point, but game being very unkind to our runners. This is not the kind of seed I needed, needing to be up at 7 o'clock, or being up at 5 o'clock tomorrow. Sis Crusher and Truant both with 6 Triforces. Raiko still desperately trying to find where the item is here. And
we can hope that his desperate struggle pays off and it's the silver arrows.
Truant in level 5. Yeah, Truant's here in level 5. Raiko having a whole lot to deal with. 6. Yeah, that's 6 red dark nuts in NSU room, and they're not even letting him get out of the door. Now he's got a little bit of freedom of movement. The white sword definitely helping with that. Another double block room. Another double block room. Could this have the item?
Sis Crusher going into
level 5,
maybe.
Yep. Yeah, he's just... Oh, maybe not. Raiko's found the item, and it's the red ring. So, not a required item, but I'm sure an item he's glad to have. That is going to give him a ton of survivability in some of these nastier levels. Level 2, level 7.
He's bombed it, changed the palette, and now we're confused on what level's what again.
So Raiko's going back into 2. He'll get that Triforce, and he'll find the item and be incredibly disappointed. Oh, Truant almost went back to 7, but decided not to. Assist Crusher finally picking up his white sword.
They're not many hearts off from grabbing the magic sword if they find it.
Yeah, Truant, he's been thinking about redigging 7. He does have to do that, but he's still convinced to go elsewhere. So we have the items in 4, 5, 6, and 9. So we have a 40% chance of the silver arrows being in level 9.
And Truant once again back in 7.
Yeah, this is the play he needs to make. Raiko's gonna kill this Dig Dogger. It's not going to give him the item. But Raiko very smartly knows that he only needs to kill one of those Dig Dogger cores, and the other two will vanish as soon as he leaves and re-enters. So, is he going to take this Triforce and start redigging? No, he's gonna keep checking. And he just has to... Oh, no, he doesn't have a key to get through that door. That's the only way in to that room. He can't bomb in from any of the other two directions.
He's also very low on hearts.
Yeah, he was, so I don't blame him taking the heart pickup, and he's going to go right back in, but he needs to grind up a key somehow. I don't think we've seen keys in the shop. He's got all the money to buy them, but I believe the keys are in the rare shop.
Raiko, the only one without keys, while Sis Crusher seems to have all of them.
Yeah, Sis Crusher has 8, and he's in level 4. I think he's in level 4. Oh, no, he's in level 5. But he's got 8 keys, so guaranteed the any key is going to be in here. And it looks like Raiko can get into that room with the inferior model. It's this like room. And he's going to be very disappointed when he sees that...
And he accidentally picked it up.
Well, I know Crimson's
I don't think he even meant for that.
I'm pretty sure he didn't. So let's see what he decides to do now. What he needs to do is go to level 7 to get his ladder. But he may be looking to get a potion first. I know he's got a couple potion spots marked. Oh no, he's going to 5.
Unfortunately, he's not going to find a way through 5 without that ladder.
Yeah, it's been pretty solidly ladder blocked. And that's definitely old news that Sis Crusher also finds. So we'll very quickly find out just how Raiko is, and the answer is very. Meanwhile, Truant has, I believe... Oh, no, that's the Aquamenus room, not the staircase. And, takes a death to the Patra. Let's see where... to. He is fluting to 6, so he's going to take on level 7 if he thinks
if
to
he
do
remembers.
So. Yeah, he does. So, how far can he get with 0 keys? That's the big question. He does need the ladder out of here, and if he gets the ladder and Triforce before Truant does, then he'll be in pretty okay shape in terms of having caught up with everything else.
The old man in 5 asking the real question, what timeline is this?
That is a very good question. Someone who actually cares about that could probably tell you. Raiko on half a heart. I think he is. Oh, I think he got the kill on that last blue Wizrobe, but died from the beam at the end. Very unfortunate.
And that means he'll have to kill all the Wizropes in that room one more time.
This Crusher has found the silver arrows in level 5. So Sis Crusher having the entire puzzle put together. Raiko continuing to try and clear out these Wizrobes in this room. He does not have a key to go north. Raiko, oh, that's the Triforce room, so he's gonna get his Triforce out of 7. So even on Triforces, but missing the critical items, the ladder which leads to the silver arrows and the Triforce he needs in level 4. So hopefully this, and yes, this is an immediate redig.
And we have Truant still digging in 7 for it. And finding the Patra.
Yeah, oh, he's got to dig. Not sure, like there's only 2 or 3 rooms left that he can do anything in. And Raiko, very unfortunate having to take an immediate up A after redigging. Got stuck in a shutter, I believe.
And there is the Triforce for 5.
So Sis Crusher really making game of it. Truant's found his ladder here. Raiko needs to pick up the pace if he does not want to be knocked out in 3rd place of his own tournament. But Raiko with 0 keys is just, it's so badly hamstringing his ability to navigate. He's seeing all these Patras. One of the downfalls of the dungeon enemy shuffle, if one boss in a dungeon is a Patra, all of the bosses in the dungeon are a Patra.
If there's one thing no one likes, it's a Patra.
So Truant's in level 5. Sis Crusher's heading to level 4 to get his last Triforce. And Raiko is still stuck in these rooms with all these bubbles, these shooters, and these Wizrobes. Red Ring can only do so much. He really needs a potion. Gets a second heart that will give him a tiny bit of extra help. And does get through that room. Get out of that room, Raiko. Keep it empty. And unfortunately finds himself in the Double River room. Thankfully, Raiko does go back to that empty room to keep it locked as empty, so he won't have to deal with that setup ever again. But all these Wizrobes just tearing through you. It's really bad. Raiko is going to purchase this bomb upgrade and be very happy that he does. Truant's not getting that much help from the old men. As Raiko, I believe, is on a pretty decent clip to find out where this ladder is. He's pretty close, I want to say, because it was right below the eye, if memory serves. Or it could have been right here in this room. I know it was a room with Patra. He's going to block clip in, he's going to get his ladder. So Raiko's behind, but he's not that far behind. And Sis Crusher picking up the item in 4, it is the Any key, so that confirms the items at level 9 are the wand and the heart container. As Gino's pointing out, Sis Crusher kind of had 10 keys when he came across that. But I believe Truant is in the room with the silver arrows. Raiko making his way up towards level 5. And Sis Crusher's found the compass in level 4, so he knows where he has to go to get to take care of the rest of this. So this Crusher definitely in the lead. Truant in second. He's gonna get his silver arrows. He'll be in go mode right about now. Raiko behind, but still in position. He will be able to catch up, especially if level 9 proves to be a bear. One thing is possibly of note, Rai, and just want your take on this, is Sis Krisher does get his last Triforce piece. Do you think that either of our runners, or either of Truant or Raiko, is going to bother with other staircases, knowing that they have all the items they need?
It's quite possible they might start beelining for where the Triforces are once they find compasses. And then
I guess it's not the same, given that the Eniki was pretty much on the road to the Triforce in 4, as Truant gets his Triforce in 5. One thing that is a potential note, Truant has 0 bombs right now with a max of 8. Raiko's got 11 out of a max of 14. That would give him an exploration advantage in 9 that might prove useful. But also of note, Truant's got a potion where Raiko doesn't. I believe Raiko found the letter. But at the hour 8 mark, it's going to be Sis Crusher, who is probably not the least known of the 3 of these runners in the rando community, who is going to be the first one into level 9. I mean, nothing against Sis Crusher. He's been playing fantastically this entire seed. So Sis Crusher into level 9. Do you want to go over what he will be looking/listening for here?
I believe it would be the loud gurgle of Ganon's belly.
Yes, Ganon spent all his money on monsters and none of it on insulation in his dungeon. If you're one room away, you'll be able to hear him through the walls. If we can get Sis Crusher's audio on here, we'll be able to listen with you. He's also going to be looking for a single shutter door that does not open even after he's killed all the enemies in the room. Like that. So we have found the location of Princess Zelda. She's only an up A away. All he's got to do is find the pig, and he will be good to go. Oh, but there's a meat block right there.
And a way to go around it.
A way to go around it, sure. At least partially around it. Raiko, I believe, is the only one who bought the bait. He will not have to go through this rigmarole with all these whiz robes. And you may not be able to bomb your way straight around it. But Raiko's going to have his Triforce in 5, and he's going to be headed off to level 4, same as Truant, in order to get his last piece of the Triforce. Also, something potentially a note, Sis Crusher down to 6 rupees. That means only 6 arrows left in his stock. And just saying, it does not look like you can bomb out of the meat block room, but it doesn't look like you can bomb back into that row. So that's a true bait block to something. And Sis Crusher trying to rather methodically find his way through level 9. It is very much a maze, and sometimes that happens. Truant trying to ladder clip across this T room, gets it very nicely. So Truant's got his full Triforce right as Raiko comes in at an hour 10. So it's going to be interesting to see how much of an advantage that gives Truant for a second one into 9. Meanwhile, Raiko continuing his way through level 4. Right. Just a question. Like, how... Like, you're an hour 11. You're trying to get your way through level 9. What's going through your head right now?
Well, right now, what would be going through my head is how many people found the ladder before me? How many people are already inside of level 9 and doing the search for me?
It's the kidnapped awaits in southeast of Skull. Sis Crusher already knew that. The 3 hint men having potentially 4 good hints. This is mixed, so it's 50-50 of them having a true hint or a bad hint, and that was definitely... Yeah, that definitely sucked, because it was a true hint, but it's information you already had. Raiko's got the compass here in level 4, but I don't think he picked up the any key, unless it's in this room. That could put him at a big disadvantage if he doesn't pick it up where both of his other runners have, and there he goes.
And Truant has found Zelda's room after performing a ladder clip across.
Yeah, the T clip, definitely one of the harder tricks to pull off, but Sis Crusher did manage it as well. So Sis Crusher going to track through level 9 a little bit different now. Finds a Patra. Meanwhile, Raiko also trying to do a T ladder clip, because that's going to be his quickest way of his last Triforce.
Unfortunately, the Patra is not the roar we're looking for.
And is not the roar we're looking for. And Raiko finding Fred's Twitter handle in that room, but thankfully this T room giving him another way to get around it. He's going to pick up his 10th is going to get his 10th heart. That's not going to give him magical sword, as Sis Crusher also already tried it. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a race, and Raiko with that bait may have a bit quicker route through that eastern part of level 9. Who knows if it's going to be what proves to be the difference maker. The only other big thing, Raiko does not have a potion currently, whereas both Sis Crusher and Truant do, but Raiko is also the only one with a red ring, so in a way, he doesn't really need it.
I believe Raiko is also the only one with bait.
He is the only one with bait. He bought the bait and the wood arrows and some bombs in the same transaction. Sis Crusher is going to start taking staircases, and at an hour 14, so about 6 minutes between Sis Crusher coming in first and Raiko coming in third. Let's see how much of a difference that ends up making. Ooh, Truant taking a death before he can use his potion, as Raiko is going to find that Zelda's right here once he kills these gels off. So I'm sure he's made a note of that, and there's that bait block. So let's see if he can get anywhere from here. Do we have bait required?
It does not look like it.
Does not look like it, at least not here. We don't have Raiko's audio up, so if this is a path to Ganon, it does not look like it's an immediate path, but I mean, it definitely saves him from having to do some of that. There was also a staircase he may have been able to take on the way. One thing to note, look at Truant's bomb count, mainly the giant 0 next to it. That's not good.
Oh no, that's definitely not good. 8 is full of bomb walls.
9 is also full of bomb walls. You're not wrong.
Sorry, I'm in the wrong dungeon.
You're fine. You're fine. So we have, looks like Truant is in the center north of the skull, Sis Crusher still in the east, Raiko picking up the compass, which gives him information that everyone already knew. Is, oh shoot, we have found the vertical shoot room here in level 9, rather, Truant's found it from the wrong side.
Oh, wouldn't that make it horizontal?
No, he found it. It's a vertical shoot. He just came in from the right. So we are going to. Raiko's found a staircase that's not going to get him anywhere, and believe in one of the teeth as Truant burns his back half of his potion.
Seems we've swapped over to Raiko's audio now.
Sounds like it. Raiko's found a spiral staircase. This is looking more and more like it might be just magic staircase to Ganon, because Zelda, for all three of our runners, is just an up A away.
Ganon might not be smart enough to hide Zelda across the dungeon, but we hope he was to hide himself.
And Ganon definitely winning this round of hide and seek. Oh, Raiko can hear Ganon. Is he through this door? No. But Raiko's very, very close to finding Ganon.
Just
he can hear him in this reverse C room. Can't bomb that way. So Ganon is west, and Sis Crusher, I think, must have been hearing it too. Raiko's found a way into Ganon, but
it's a very dark room.
It's a very dark room. And ladies and gentlemen, here's Ganon. Sis Crusher going to take a heal. He's only on green tunic. With white sword, Raiko only needs 8 hits. It looks like he's got a stun lock. He doesn't have to worry about Hyrule Drivers that much. It'll only cost him 1 heart. Gets the stun lock, keeps it going. There it is.
There it is.
And Raiko just an up A away from being able to save the princess and come from 3rd to 1st in this level 9. Sis Crusher is going back. He has 2 rupees, but 2 rupees is probably going to be enough if he knows how to use them. He also got a health refill.
Level 9 has been the turner.
Level 9, the Great Equalizer once again. He's a ladder clip away.
And he has it. Raiko has finished in first, it looks like.
Ladies and gentlemen, get your GGs in chat for Raiko Rider, who has finished in first. An unofficial time, let's say, of 1:19:15. Very well done for him. Got a little bit lucky in taking the right staircase to Ganon, but he will be through to Grand Finals next week. And it's down to Truant and Sis Crusher for that second spot to face him in Grand Finals. And Sis Crusher, knowing where Ganon is, just needs to figure out how he's going to bomb around it.
And now we swap screens to just Truant and Sis.
And this is still going to be a huge thing, as we're going to see if we can get Raiko Rider in for a quick chat. And we have Raiko Rider in here. GG.
Thanks. I thought I was in serious trouble when I wasn't making any sort of headway early.
You want to know the truth? You were. You were the last one to find the ladder. You were last one to find Wood Sword, but your routing through level 9 was ultimately what got you the win. Truant Gamer and Sis Crusher. Oh, goodness. Truant and Sis Crusher, screen for screen, going into the Ganon fight.
And for the second and third time tonight, here's Piggy.
And the big advantage here, Truant has the blue ring. Sis Crusher does not, but he does have a potion. So this is going to be huge. Whoever can get this kill first, and of course do the ladder clip across to Zelda's room, is going to be our winner.
That red ring.
Truant on half a heart. Sis Crusher, getting part of a stun lock. This is super close. Sis Crusher with the silver arrow hit first. Truant right behind him.
Truant narrowly avoiding a high roll driver.
It's gonna be a drag race all the way to the start-finish line. Who can get this ladder clip first? That's gonna determine who goes on to grand finals.
It was just a slight amount of lag on Sis's screen, so now it looks like he's behind.
It's all gonna come down to who gets the dot done first. Sis Crusher trying to set up that ladder clip. He's going side to side. Truant going vertical ladder clip. Sis has got it.
Sis is first.
And ladies and gentlemen, get your GGs in for Sis Crusher, who is come in second place. He will face Riker Rider in grand finals, and Truant less than 10 seconds behind. What a race.
I think that red ring that I dug out of 6 made a big difference.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We saw you digging
the
in
red
6.
ring. Yeah, you dug really deep, especially since the Triforce was not that far. We thought originally it was fully ladder blocked, but you managed to get from SRL 19 seconds, the total margin of victory between Sis Crusher and Truant. What an amazing race. We're going to try and get them in here for a quick chat. But it's going to be Sis Crusher and Riker Rider in grand finals.
This is a big weight off my shoulders, knowing that I have 6 points from this, and a win next week. I believe nearly clinches a playoff berth.
You've also managed to survive your own tournament till the last.
As we do have Truant Gamer here in the commentary booth. I'm sure we'll be getting Sis Crusher in here fairly shortly, but Truant, that's got to be heartbreaking.
Yeah, you know, I'm sitting there trying to do the ladder clip, and I keep looking over going, oh, I wonder if I'm going to get this done in time, and then I do it, and sure enough, there it goes.
You want to hear the crazy part? You and Sis Crusher got into that tea room at the exact same time. It was literally who got the ladder clip first. You both killed Ganon at about the same time. It was all ladder clip.
Well, now you're breaking my heart.
We can break your heart even more if we want to.
No, that's all right.
But still, very, very well done. This seed was really tough to get going.
Oh, absolutely. I was really scared when I only had 2 Triforces in 36 minutes. And because one of the things that I do is I take notes on why I leave dungeons, and there were a total of 6 dungeons that I left because either the combat was horrible or it was a ladder block. Because 4 was fully ladder blocked, 5 was fully ladder blocked, and the red ring was very, very deep in 6. I was at the time when I was going through there, you might have noticed I bombed the red ring. That's because I was actually really looking for silver arrows or any key.
Yeah, I'm sure it was, as you found the silvers were in 5 and the any key was in 4, both ladder blocked. But definitely you were able to just steamroll through some of those later dungeons, although I'm sure finding the magical boomerang in level 2 was not something you liked.
No, not at all. That was actually a Weimerang. I did not want to pick that up.
You were the only one that picked up any sort of boomerang.
I didn't mean to.
Yeah,
you didn't mean to, but you made me happy inside.
You were also the only one to not pick up a potion. I'm pretty sure you got the letter.
I did not find the letter. Otherwise, I would have grabbed a potion before going into 9. Because I had the money.
Oh, you had all the money. Like you.
Yeah.
Yeah. We actually thought at some point you were going to just leave the dungeon and spend all your money on the blue ring.
Or just buy 2 or 3 keys.
I was thinking about it. I was thinking about a blue ring purchase. But The problem with getting the blue ring purchased at where I was is the only blue ring shop I knew about was really far away.
Yeah, that was, I'm sure, a factor. As looks like Sis Crusher has shut it down for the evening. Doesn't look like we'll be able to get an interview off them, but still very good combat. Sis Crusher was actually the first one into 9 by about 4 minutes over you, Truant, and 6 over you, Raiko.
The search for the ladder dough made everyone waste about 20 minutes.
Oh, easily. That ladder was just BURIED buried.
Yeah, that was just an ugly 7, and overall, that was a very vanilla feeling race there.
If this game had a shovel, I don't think we still could have found that ladder.
Don't tempt Fred. He might put the shovel in a dig spot in this randomizer yet.
Fred, don't do it.
Don't do it, Fred.
It's not just that ladder was buried. Red ring was all the way in the back of 6. Like, you couldn't bury the red ring any deeper in that dungeon. Any key was pretty far back. And also, I really wish my webcam was on when I found the book in level 8, because I imagine the face I made when I found the book in level 8 was pretty priceless.
I'm pretty sure you were letting out a 4-letter word that started with F. And no, audience, it's not the one that you're thinking of. It's the other one.
Family?
4-letter word.
But yeah,
starts with F and ends with red.
Fred.
That too.
Yes.
That too. There was a lot of that in this seed, because we had Raft in 3. We had.
Oh crap! We did have Raft in 3. I never even noticed that.
Raft was in 3. Book was in 8. 5 was in its vanilla spot.
Yeah, Blue Boomerang was in 2.
No one found Wand.
Wand and the heart container had to be in level 9 through process of elimination. But the other thing that really helped you, Truant, you were really low on bombs for most of level 9.
Yeah, and it definitely shaped my routing. There were a couple times where I tried to go back and check a few other pathways to see if I even could get some bombs along the way. Like I think I took the stairs that dropped me off at the Patra, and I went up and around, and there was another Patra, and I went back and came back through hoping that maybe those land molas would have dropped one after I killed one of them off, but I think I got some bombs up north eventually.
Oh, and that any key in 4, that was enormous. I was in huge key trouble after digging the red ring out of 6.
Yes, Sis at one point had 8 keys.
He picked it
while
up
we were
when he
looking
had
down
10.
at you, and you had 1.
Yeah, Sis Crusher had 10 keys when he found the any key in 4. We do have Sis Crusher here in chat. Very well done on his end, and hopefully he and Raiko are both looking forward to grand finals next week.
Oh, it's gonna be amazing. Sis Crusher and I are pretty evenly matched, so it should really come down to what Zelda 1 usually comes down to.
The Great Equalizer of level 9?
Mm-hmm.
Truant, is there anything else you'd like to say? It is getting kind of late. Don't want to rush you guys.
I just want to say congrats to both of you guys, and good luck going next week. Let's hope it's just as exciting as this one was, apparently.
Thanks, Truant. You're a formidable opponent.
Truant, we're sorry about your loss tonight, but you still get our consolation prize of the chat's love.
And 3 Battle Royale points.
I'll take it all.
And I would also like to give a big shout out not only to the runners, make sure you all give these guys a follow, but also to our help behind the streams, OPT Lawyer on the restream, Nora Straya helping us with the tracking, and Rai, thank you so much for helping me on comms.
You're welcome.
And just shout outs to everybody involved in this race, because the team for this race was put together on extremely short notice.
But yeah, do any of you have any final thoughts before we put this one to bed?
Not really. See you in Grand Final, Sis Crusher.
I'm all good. Thanks again for getting this going, guys.
Alright, for everyone here in the Restream booth behind the scenes, for my co-commentary partner, Rai the Raiju, I am Algernon25, and we will see you all next Sunday for the grand finals of the Tumultuous Throwback Battle Royale. Have a good night, everyone.